overly dramatic entrance number 2. Chef Buff Army, today we're talking about twice a day training. How to incorporate for intermediate lifters, because this is not for beginners, how to use twice a day training in order to get more results, both increasing your muscle mass, potentially losing body fat, and getting stronger. Twice a day training? You might as well rent some space in that gym and sleep over. Start a hotel business on the side. Why even leave? The simple fact of the matter is that twice a day training, when done effectively, is actually superior than training one time in that day. We only have to consult the Eastern Bloc of training, the Bulgarians, to see how effective it can be when it comes to weightlifting, increasing strength, and as well, increasing your total muscle mass. How is this possible? It has to do with fatigue. Your body at any one time, any one training session, can only handle so much volume. We all recognize this. It depends on the individual and what you do, but generally speaking, after 45 to maybe 90 minutes of weight training for one session, you'll become too fatigued. Both your nervous system, so you just can't lift that heavy weight, and muscular fatigue. Your body is totally fatigued, your chest can't fire anymore. There's a limit to how much you could do in one session. And as a result of that fatigue that accumulates over a training session, the latter portion of your workout is usually not as effective. Why? Because you're already tired. You're kind of phoning it in. Those exercises aren't given the same special attention that the first couple are. So what if instead you take that same training volume that you did in one session and split it up into 2 sessions? The result is that in the second session you'll do a whole lot more work. You'll be able to handle more total volume for that day, and you'll lift more weight because you're given time in between those sessions with which to recover. The key for twice a day training is training different qualities in those 2 sessions. What I mean, in the morning you pursue more strength training, which is central nervous system dominant, has to relate to your nervous systems, the muscle fibers being activated. You do less total volume. So like I said, perhaps less than 20 sets, maybe 10 to 15 sets in total, keeping your reps between 3 to 5, doing 3 to 4 exercises. So if it's squat day, you do maybe back squats, front squats, a good morning, and that's pretty much it. In the PM, on the other hand, is where you focus on building muscle. That's where you do a more bodybuilding style split. If you endeavor to do twice a day training, I'd only do it a couple times a week for the major movers. So if you're training chest and you're doing bench press, horizontal pressing, you can split that up. And keep in mind, for most individuals, when you first start doing twice a day training, what you must do is, if you train one session normally, let's say you do 24 sets, you got to split that in half to start. So that means in the AM you'll do just 12 sets, and then in the PM you'll once again do the remaining 12 sets that you have, making a grand total 24. As you develop a greater work capacity, your body recovers, those 6 hours feel great, you can lift more weight in that second session, then start adding more total volume. You'd add maybe 5 to 10 total extra sets. So you do 30, 35 total between those 2 sessions. How much more results will you get? Well, that shit is honestly hard to quantify. It depends on a million different factors. But giving you a dirty number, I'd say maybe a 10 to 15% overall improvement if you split up your training volume into 2 sessions you'll experience over time. And this is really only convenient for those that want to have the time. So university students, if you live on campus and they have a university gym, this is great for you. Guys that built up their own, awesome gym, you could do this. Guys that also live close to the weight training facility they train at, they could do this. Is something that you could choose to do. I'm not recommending this for everyone. I'm giving you the guidelines because this is an effective training tool for those that want to use it, and I'm telling you how to use it. So if you're 16 years old and you're new to weight training and you're trying to increase the size of your biceps to try and impress women, and honestly they don't care about that shit, this is not for you. Right? We're talking more intermediate training methods. One time my buddy worked out for 8 hours straight. Seriously. Then he was hospitalized for quite some time. Do any of my subscribers use twice a day training? If you do, post in the comment section below your results and your experience doing so. I can say for myself, I try maybe once to twice a week to do twice a day training, depending on my schedule. Remember, I'm a trainer, so this is convenient for me, and I can say safely that I've gotten more results doing this. Well, I hope you guys learned something today. Thank you for watching my videos. Make sure to like, share with friends, and subscribe. Buff Army, I'll be seeing you guys in that next video. Peace. Chef Buff Army, I want to jump in. I'm going to do the jump in again.
Don't break your ankle, yo.
Ah! Overly dramatic entrance number 2.